Daryo and I'm Sabiha Samar. Here are today's top stories. Uzbekistan's pharmaceutical industry has announced ambitious plans for 2024, targeting $400 million in production and aiming to increase exports to $200 million. This information was disclosed by the Presidential Press Service on May 23rd. President Shavkat Mirziyoyev reviewed the industry's progress and long-term plans, highlighting the sector's importance to the economy and healthcare. The government has established favorable conditions, adopting significant documents earlier this year. A presidential decree on January 10th approved 2024-2025 roadmap for development and investment of acceleration, while another decree on January 23rd outlined additional regulatory measures. Consequently, $100 million in low-cost resources and $200 million from Asaka Bank have been allocated for new projects. The innovative pharmaceutical cluster, Tashkent Pharma Park, is set to launch 12 projects worth $470 million, focusing on attracting investors and maximizing the industry's potential. In the first quarter of 2024, Uzbekistan emerged as the fourth largest supplier of cigarettes to Kyrgyzstan, exporting almost 20 million cigarettes worth $470,000. This was disclosed by the National Statistics Committee of the Kyrgyz Republic. Kazakhstan led the market, followed by Russia and the United Arab Emirates. Despite this success, Uzbekistan's total export of beverages and tobacco products declined, with a total export value of $25 million, an 11% decrease year-on-year. The Statistics Agency of Uzbekistan reported a modest increase in both annual and monthly inflation rates as of April 2024. The annual inflation rate rose to 8.1%, up from 7.98% in March 2024. The monthly inflation rate saw a slight uptake of 0.2%, reaching 0.9% in April. Russian President Vladimir Putin will pay a state visit to Uzbekistan on May 26-27, as confirmed by Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov. Before his visit to Uzbekistan, President Putin will visit Belarus on May 24-25. During his visit, President Putin's engagements will be limited to Tashkent, with several documents expected to be signed, though specifics on sectors involved were not provided. Russia is Uzbekistan's second largest trade partner, with a turnover of $3.8 billion from January to April 2024. Exports to Russia were valued at $1 billion, while imports from Russia totaled $2.8 billion. Russia and Uzbekistan are also members of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Uzbekistan's foreign trade turnover with CIS countries during the first 4 months of 2024 amounted to $6.9 billion, with exports accounting for $2.4 billion and imports standing at $4.5 billion. Russia, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan emerged as key trading partners. Uzbekistan's trade turnover with EEC member states amounted to $5.5 billion, with exports totaling $1.5 billion and imports reaching $3.9 billion. The robust performance of Uzbekistan's fruit and vegetable export sector was notable, with a 43.3% increase in export volume compared to the same period in 2023. Turkmenistan has invested over $15 billion in infrastructure projects for the Trans-Caspian transport corridor since 2015. A roundtable meeting on the potential of the EU Global Gateway Initiative and the Trans-Caspian transport corridor took place on May 22nd, drawing high-level participation from the European Commission and other stakeholders. The discussions emphasized the corridor's strategic importance in fostering sustainable transport links between Europe and Asia and its potential to bolster economic growth through new investments in renewable energy sources. The Middle Corridor is one of the largest trade routes and serves as a vital transportation route connecting Asia and Europe. Although logistics issues prevail with Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan at the forefront of this strategic route, the Middle Corridor aims to triple trade flows and halve travel times by 2030, positioning these Central Asian nations as key economic hubs. President Tokayev of Kazakhstan engaged in discussions with Singaporean President Shanmugaratnam during his visit to Singapore, with both expecting their mutual trade to soon exceed $2 billion. Kazakhstan currently hosts over 140 Singaporean companies and joint ventures, with Singaporean investments in the Kazakh economy exceeding $1.7 billion. The talks focused on the opportunities for collaboration across various sectors, including energy, infrastructure, and digital economy. Kazakhstan will implement the Mass Alert Earthquake Early Warning System in pilot mode by June 1st. The system, using cell broadcast technology, will ensure continuous functionality and widespread notification of all subscribers within the coverage area. The meeting also addressed measures to improve the seismic resistance of buildings and the algorithm for government agencies' actions in the event of an earthquake. Kazakhstan's president has called for urgent attention to the situation in Afghanistan, highlighting the need to avert a looming humanitarian crisis. Speaking at a meeting with the foreign ministers from SCO member countries, Tokayev emphasized the importance of establishing stability in Afghanistan and proposed setting up a United Nations Regional Center for Sustainable Development Goals for Central Asia and Afghanistan in Almaty. Earlier, Uzbekistan sent substantial humanitarian aid to Afghanistan, assisting those affected by devastating floods. That's all for today's news. Stay tuned for more updates.